In a week where the United States Congress released a scathing report that really harshed Boeing's mellow, suddenly a ray of sunshine manages to squeeze through Boeing's continued stormy skies. Good news for Boeing. That's next on Maximus. Greetings everybody, Maximus here. I hope you're all doing well wherever you may be all around this great big world of ours. Yeah, I know the thumbnail was kinda clickbaity, but kinda not. I just wanted to try out Boeing's new name for the plane formerly known as Max. In welcome news for Boeing, the United States National Transportation Safety Board, the NTSB, has endorsed fixes for the Max proposed by the FAA in August. In a letter sent by NTSB Chairman Robert Zumwalt this week, he said safety reviews by world regulators and proposed changes to pilot procedures had all followed the NTSB's recommendations. In the letter, he said that recommended pilot procedural changes are generally consistent with the intent of the NTSB's recommendation. The letter is compelling because as an independent agency, the NTSB has been critical of the FAA's oversight of the Boeing program. NTSB investigators cooperated in both crash probes that led to the eventual grounding of Boeing's best-selling plane in March of 2019. The FAA is in the final stages of reviewing the public comments filed in the case before deciding on whether to formally approve a set of fixes to the aircraft so that the grounding order can be lifted. All comments are due no later than Monday, September 21st. Boeing has said all along it hopes to return the plane to service this fall. The NTSB's letter and comments seem to be at odds to those from family members of the victims of the Ethiopian Airlines crash who are calling for multiple additional improvements on the plane before it should be permitted to carry passengers again. In a letter dated this past Thursday, September 17th, which was signed by more than 2,000 family members, friends, and supporters, in which they said that the airplane is aerodynamically unstable and does not comply with modern aircraft certification standards. They're basically calling for the FAA and Boeing to redesign the entire aircraft from scratch before approving its return. Taking a cue from the EASA's earlier demands, the family members also want to add a third angle of attack sensor for redundancy. They are also requesting an aerodynamic evaluation of the plane and extensive changes to the plane's pilot alert and warning system. While the Max has a tendency to nose up in rare conditions as a result of its larger engines, Bloomberg is reporting that there's been no finding in any of the investigations of the plane and the crashes that it is unstable. The safety system implicated in the crashes was designed to address that issue, and it's being redesigned to prevent such crashes in the future. European regulators have said they want at least one of the family group's suggestions. Not an actual new third sensor, but the synthetic equivalent of an additional sensor to improve reliability. The sensor measures whether the jet's nose is pointed above or below the oncoming air. However, the European Safety Agency has concluded that the issue is not a critical safety matter, thus allowing the plane to fly at the same time as they are installing any future fixes to the plane. While there has been no formal announcement of their plans, as I told you in an earlier video that Boeing seems to be in the process of installing a similar system to one already in operation on the 787 Dreamliner. A flight control computer system called synthetic or digital airspeed mimics the action of a third angle of attack sensor without the need for an expensive time-consuming retrofit of the entire fleet. The NTSB's approval of these fixes is merely a symbolic gesture, since they have no regulatory power over either the FAA or Boeing. Still, this endorsement makes it clear that the NTSB is satisfied that Boeing and the FAA are moving in the right direction on their journey towards returning the Dash 737 back to the friendly skies once again. I'd like to dedicate this video to all of those that still insist my one and only goal is to hate on Boeing, because I think this is a very positive video for Boeing today. But seriously, if you are Boeing or the FAA, this is very positive news. It looks like everything that needs to come together to get the plane off the ground is coming together, and Boeing may actually get their best-selling plane back in the air by this fall. Well, that's all I have. Now it's time for you to let me know down below. And before you go, remember to subscribe, like, share, and ring the bell so you can get notified whenever we release new content. And as always, remember, leave the rubber on the runway and your troubles on the ground. And I will see you next time in the air. Yeah, this is Maximus.